Hey guys, this is Money, your boy Money Mark here. Kicking off another fabulous episode of the Logical Crazy Talk podcast with your boys, Lifestyle for Ashley Chris, and just Tim. I gave it to you this time. I just didn't.
What up, y'all?
I decided.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, guys. This is episode 21 of the Logical Crazy Talk podcast, aka the LCT. I'm trying to make it a thing. LCT. I'm trying to say Logical Crazy Talk podcast. No. Anyways, yeah. Guys, what's going on, guys? Just kicking it off, I guess getting right into topics, into the gangster-ish. So I was on social media the other day, and I was looking at, you know how you click through videos and you go through the individual videos, and I don't know if you guys seen these things. Have you seen any of these like celebrity barber videos where they're like just like, you know, cracking eggs on niggas' heads and they're like hitting their freeze drying niggas' heads,
lighting them on fire,
like what?
Shoot niggas with flamethrowers and shit. Like straight. And at the end, it's just like a basic ass fade. Like, oh,
niggas like, he got the hottest fade in the game. Like, nah, niggas, is a basic ass fade. You almost caught your black ass on fire for a basic ass fade.
I was sitting there looking like, so is that it? Haircut of the future head ass niggas. I'm trying to figure out. I figured if you doing all that, your hair better look like Buddy for the Goof Troop movie, the Goofy movie.
What's
shit. His name?
Powerline.
Your hair better come out looking like Powerline. Doing all this shit. I saw one of those comments have me hilarious. Like, bro, we don't have time for all this bullshit. Just give my son a haircut.
Damn, I can feel that.
It is rough. The barbershop life is a extremely rough process. Once you get a barber, it's cool, but I think there are a lot of steps that go into that.
I mean, bro, I'm just so happy that I was a little cheap at times in high school, and I learned how to cut my own hair. And when I went bald, I was like, well, I'm not, this is just a beard. I can do this on my own. So I haven't seen a barber. Like when I had hair, my last barber was a high school homeboy. He just came out of like barber school and everything. And he was just like nice. Latino kid too, like just nice. And I was just like, well, all right. And this is a homeboy from high school. So it was like, I remember having the camaraderie of just like going. I mean, his shop was literally like him and his dad built the shop in his basement. And it was literally like right down in his basement. It was nice. He had a nice studio set up. He had the lights. He had everything. It's like a station, a barber station in his basement and shit. And, I could go down there. He had the super dumb big screen TV, and we're watching MTV Jams and shit, and we're just talking shit about high school. So that was awesome. You know what I mean? And he wasn't really charging me like he was looking at everybody else because, that was my man's, you know what I'm saying? So I rock with him, but I don't know, bro. Like,
I think that's the weird part. It's like, how you say you rock with him? Like barbers, I think at one point in time, if a barber rocked with you, it was like, okay, cool. I rock with you, so I'm gonna cut to this price. But now it's like, oh nah, nigga. This business, baby. And
it's usually that's two things.
That's true.
Two things. Let's set the table. Two things. Number one, barbers are sensitive as shit. Let me just put this out there. Barbers are sensitive as shit. And when you like jump from another barber and you run into that old barber, Jesus Christ. Like, what is it? Like, you weren't having sex with each other. Like,
bro, it is. It's a relationship.
It's almost really intimate. Like,
it's almost deeper than a relationship.
Yeah.
Then don't be trash. You bet my lineup.
I mean,
Don't be
don't date that barber. Like that's on you too.
Okay, I
Like,
stopped dating it. I stopped dating that barber. I found a better barber on the other side of town. He treats me nice. He tells me nice things about myself. Makes me feel like man. Puts a hot towel on my face. And he doesn't back my lineup.
Hey,
he doesn't do it.
You should have just walked by him and whispered, like, he treats me better.
Sorry, it's not you.
And it's like the thing about barbers is this is my thing though. Okay, so cool. You get mad at me if I leave. Cool. That makes sense. Okay, fine. You get mad at me and I leave. But then you can just raise prices when you get hot. You can just raise prices when you get hot.
You know what? They don't even get hot. They just raise prices. These niggas ain't doing nothing different. They just start raising prices. Like, hey, my boy, since when is a lineup $15?
Man, I feel like they're all like trying to catch up to that city type like cuts or whatnot, or they're chasing that dream of like the barber shop, or not the barber, the beauty shop,
or so the salon.
Yeah, salon. There we go. The salon, and like you
walk in and it's just like
that whole environment of like
let me shampoo your hair.
Yeah, but now my hair is getting shampooed. Like one barbershop out here does that. They shampoo your hair and he does the whole thing for you, right? You got a little pretty girl doing it for you, like, and I think he even charges like $20, nothing crazy, but he does the entire thing.
Fucking the game out here.
He just wasn't.
The rest of the barbers find out he only charges $20. Like, hey, whoa, now you got too much dip on your chip.
He cuts good and everything. He just some days he could just not show up, and it's like, oh, yo, shit, nigga, I got a wedding tomorrow. Man, where you at? But it would be something like that. So it's like I got to pick and choose my battles there. But most of these barbers are just giving you a basic ass cut. That's it. And they're like, oh yeah, it's $30. Cause like,
for what?
Nigga, you know where you at?
What is it about that relationship that makes it so like? Let's break it down. What is it? Let's tackle this. What is it about that relationship that makes it so intimate? You're just cutting my hair.
He's touching my head.
They have a lot of control over what you're gonna do for the next week or 2 weeks. You're either gonna have to wear a hat every day.
Man, it is.
Girls are gonna be like, oh, I got so much poom from this nigga's cut. Like he kind of puts you in the game. So it's like, okay, cool. And you see him.
So none of y'all ever took matters into your own hands?
Hell
cutting
no.
our own hair?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. I didn't feel like. Well, I did once, and I think you were there to help me correct it because it was a little misaligned. Well, so I mean,
Tim, you are. Listen, what do I call you? You are very financially disciplined, and it's uncanny. Like I'll say it. Like I've never. I remember the first like month of us living in that apartment. I just kept like looking at you like, okay, this is because before we moved in, I think you just got back from Panama. I think so. You had a fresh cut, and then I watched the month go by, and I'm just like, he's really doing this. Okay, man. And I was like, well,
just going to class.
Back in my mind was like, well, Mark, you could probably cut his hair. I was like, yeah, I could, but then that's gonna be a thing I have to do all the time. I don't want to do that.
Ain't no real friend, Tim. No.
At all.
No, it wasn't. None of us are real friends towards each other. None of us. None of us.
Oh, man.
So I mean, I think you're different. Like, you're not different. I just think the average dude. I've met some good dudes who are like, hey, bro, it is what it is, right? But I think the average African American male, I think, is not going. What's the longest you've gone? Your opinion. Like, what's the longest you? Not your opinion. No. Well, yeah, everyone here. Like, when's the longest everyone's gone? Let's not make it a 10 thing.
2 weeks is my max, and I'm struggling that 2 weeks.
That's breakfast. That's breakfast.
I've gone three. But I have the luxury of knowing how to handle the clippers myself. The only thing I can't do is tackle like the fade in the back. I can't. So I just need someone to give me a straight across. Like, look, just give me a straight line across. Right. No one's really paying attention to it anyways. I can do everything else.
Shit, fuck that.
No.
I don't even need to do a taper. I can taper the sides. Excuse me.
And the only reason I can say 2 weeks right now is because I'm not going to work every day. I'm sitting here in the office, so I can prolong this bad boy because I wear a hat every day. But when I was at work, I get at least a lineup every week.
Oh nah. See, I'll go for a month or so. Like I'll go to the point where I'm like, am I about to get some like some twisties or something? Like I'll have enough where I would like, do I want to do a style with this? Like, do I want to actually look like I'm growing it into something? Or do I just want to be like, I don't care?
So like you talk about this intimate relationship with your barber. Like if you only see your barber once a month, what kind of relationship y'all have?
Hey, we pick it up where we leave it. Or at least where I leave it.
There you go, young blood.
But that's my
right
I
back
think that's
to
one
life.
of my issues is I'm seeing my barber every week, 2 weeks, and my son's going to the same bar. So you're making quite a bit of money off me. And in my mind, if I started at 20 and you tell me no different, I'm still paying 20. So your tip, I'm thinking is a tip, but I might be I didn't think about this till recently when my barber hit me with a $25 late fee or not showing up charge, which is some bullshit.
Your barber just owed you, sir. I don't even.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what that is.
I feel like
Is this your first time doing it? Is this your first time showing up late?
Nah, I not even show up late. I just didn't show up because I was in Atlanta.
Is this your first time doing a no show?
No, I've not showed up before, but I've always canceled it. Like I canceled it on the app. I just forgot.
So this is the first time you didn't do the proper procedures.
Yeah,
your first time doing it, and he didn't give you, and you know
he
this
let
dude,
you
right?
slide.
He didn't give you a warning and let you know, like, hey, I charge people this and this and that. He just charged you.
No. Now, I knew he was charging, right? Okay. Because there have been other situations where I was showing up late, or I'll be like, "Yo, can I come back on the back end?" But I was like, "Yo, I'll shoot you half the cut," because he was like, "Just give me $7," and I was like, "Cool, no problem." I understood that, but this is the first time I just forgot all about it. Normally, I hit him up like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make it," type shit. Like I got something going on.
I've gotten a stern talking to at the most. A stern talking to.
Listen, I don't care about that. My I understand you got a business, and yeah, I'll give you half that cut because I missed it. But I also want you to have the same business mindset when you're late. So when you aren't on time, I want my cut half off. Since it's all about business. We ain't playing no friend ball here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be fair. When I show up for a cut, I want you to be ready. I want my chick dusting my shit off.
I think that's fair. I mean, if they
you know
if they erase that personal like relationship and then like it is about business, it's like okay,
don't try to have personal relationship. Yeah, don't be personal when it favors you, big dog. Like you get it, man. My bad. You get it.
Oh no, right. Don't be friendly now, nigga.
Yeah, nah. Give me my half because now I'm like, no. Let me get that half off. That's your bad, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think irritates me because there's times where I sat there for 30 minutes and that nigga was cutting someone else's head and it was my time slot. But am I gonna get in the chair and be like, hey nigga, so what you got going on?
That 50% off?
Yeah.
Or that free cut.
Yeah. Should it be a free cut now?
Right.
So that's my only gripe. And then the other side of that is just like, we homeboys, man. Shit. You'd make more money off by cutting my hair because now I gotta look for other barbers now. You know what I'm saying? Like now I gotta go find another barber because I'm not gonna deal with this shit.
It's funny when that changes, bro. Like, and I swear it happens only when they get hot. And listen, at the end of the day, if you are a barber, we understand that you have to make your money. And this is completely from a consumer perspective. I would love to do another episode with a barber who can actually explain their perspective. Preferably not Chris's, because we don't want.
I wouldn't mind if you talked about it. I fuck with him, but just that last interaction for me did it. Like, hey, my nigga, now you're competing against someone else. I hope you know you're back in the runnings with everyone else. My money is no good there.
I feel like mine would break it down.
Your barber breaks down?
Yeah, because we've had conversations of this, of like that late fee coming into play and like, what do you do when they have a son or something like that? And you know, it's you hitting everybody with it. So it's not just your late fee, it's you and your son's late fee. Do you hit them with that? Because you know they're gonna get hot.
You double down.
And then like
$50. $50.
But that is time out of your day that you had plot for them, and it's a hot day. So it's like, I get it, but it's, I mean,
no, I get it. I took like 2 hours of your day, right? I got me and my son cut, and we just both didn't show the fuck up, and 2 hours of your day is just gone. I get you telling me, hey, I need that money. But if it's just me and I'm only getting a fucking lineup, like it don't take long to cut my hair. So it was just like, damn, boy. All right. Well,
fucking up
the rest of your money. Like, and maybe some people have so many clients, and this could be Mike. He has so many that my money doesn't matter to him. That's fine. I can understand that too. But I could tell you, I'd rather pay someone $40 than to get into a situation like that. Like, I'd much rather know we're in a business relationship than homeboys.
So wait a minute, $40? So is that what the replacement?
Whoever I'm going to next is some chick that she charges $40 for a cut.
Okay, so when did these niggas start charging $40 for a cut? In Huntsville, Alabama. I just need to understand this. This is not a major metropolitan downtown shop.
Tomorrow, my hair better look like $1 million. Because I'm going to be out about $1 million.
Because I stay fresh.
This shit better not grow back for 3 weeks.
Right. Like, it should be some, you got some specialized clippers.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, the celebrity bar. So it was weird, right? So listen, this is what I'm going to say. The barber profession is a much needed institution in the African American or in any society, right? It's needed. Your barber is needed, and you guys are valued. We value you. We oftentimes talk and brag about you. Like, this is my barber. He does this, this, and that. Who gave you that fade? This, and that. So, you know, you guys are valued, but calm the fuck down. Please calm down.
But I think someone was telling me it's like a strategy.
$50 for a haircut is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but it's a strategy though behind it. If I charge 50, you think you're getting a better cut than someone that charges 25. Which, does that make any fucking sense? No. In my mind, it does. Your tip.
It does to them, because I mean, like, when you make that association to value, if you pay some, like in any other kind of product, if you pay more for something, you're getting more out of it, right? So that's like
if you're but you typically have no idea, right? But listen, if you don't know any barber in the city, you don't know any of them, and you go through that list, the one that's charging $50, you probably go and you see some of his pictures, like, he probably does cut the best. Let me just try this out one time.
Right. From an individual who can cut, what I'll say is this, and maybe because there was always that independent nature of like, okay, I can just cut my own hair, right? My one barber in high school was stupid enough to tell me the type of clippers he has, and so on and so forth. And I experimented, and I learned how to cut my own hair. Whatever, right? It was not necessarily stupid enough. He just rocked with me, and he just seemed like, all right, whatever. And he knew he was gonna get his little money from me whenever, whatever. Oftentimes I see these people who are charging this exorbitant amount of money, right? And it's like, okay, what are you actually getting? You're not, like, first and foremost, like, I've been to the guys in the city in downtown that were charging $30 when, a haircut was like $15 or $20 at the time. Like, haircuts are not $15 or $20.
Oh, no, it's a folk tale. I could never tell my children like that. Like, back in my day, nah, these barbers are tripping.
Yeah, so I went and paid $30, and I sat down in my normal barber who was cutting my hair, and he only charged me $15, and he was way colder. What essentially happens is it's inflation. It's the general inflation of the area. It's the inflation of costs, and then of course there's like, if it's not the competition, inflation of the area, and things of that nature that the resident cost that cause the high cost. Then it's something like bullshit, like, oh, we have this special yogurt that we put in your hair.
Yeah. Well, it also seems like coming back from those like barbershop conventions or whatever, and they're here in like this shop over here in Texas or something is charging like $30, and they're like, well, I do more than they're doing, and they're getting $30, so I'm about to raise my prices too.
That
so what the main thing is.
It's also building costs.
I think it's social media.
Rent
I think it's
and
also
fees and
social
all that
media.
stuff. But it's also rent, fees, and other things they got to deal with.
Oh
Understand?
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Look, but that goes with the inflation of the cost. Like I get it. Like if listen, if we're in the city, it costs $3,000 a month for the mortgage of that real estate space that you're renting. That owner of that shop has to share that cost with the booth rent of his barbers. So on top of that, they have to share that cost. It's trickled down. I get that. I just feel like the city's gonna do what the city does. If you go get your hair cut downtown, you're just stupid. Okay, you're just dumb. You take your ass to the suburbs, you find somebody who can cut hair. Right. That's just my thought process. But number two, I just feel like it's social media, bro. Like when the social media barbers got popping, when the Instagram barbers got popping, and they started just doing smoking and the mirrors and all this other stuff, and it's like, this celebrity barber cuts this person's hair. It's like, well, that nigga never has a nice fade. Like, well, but he's charging like $100. He's over here bringing out vacuums and shit. He's like vacuuming your hair and shit. Like, yeah, you're just getting all the follicles out your hair. And then like $100. You're like, great. And then they gave you like a basic like ball fade, and you're like, this is the greatest haircut ever. It's not.
It's not. But I mean, I can understand it. But I think for me, it's like I don't know what system we're working on anymore. Like, is it the homeboy system? Because like my first barber that I had out here, when he changed his prices, he was like, "Nah, you cool. You're still gonna be here, and it is what it is, right?" But he changed his prices, but his old clients got the old price because they've been rocking him longer. Then
and usually that's how that works. Usually the barbers,
right? So I've always thought that,
over
but
the day ones.
I never thought to question it until that nigga hit me with a $25 fee, and I was like,
"Is it the same? Is it that same fella? Is he your day one guy?"
No, fuck no. He was I had my first guy was a really good barber, right? And I went out with my two homeboys one day when we went out, and they got cut from my current barber, and we all went out, and that nigga said, "Damn, your haircut whack." I was like, "Oh no." And they in their lineups looked like they were copied and pasted on, boy. I was like, God damn. They had the craziest lineups, right? Like their lineup was like on there. I was like, shit, boy. And my lineup was all halfway faded.
Wait. So the nigga the nigga walked up to you. No, told you your haircut was black.
No, we in the car like driving to Atlanta, right? We all got cuts because we finna head up to Atlanta, and their cuts copied and pasted on. I'm like, God damn! And so I'm thinking maybe mine kind of looks like that, and I'm like, and then the turned around and said, God damn, your barber cut is whack.
Who said it? One of your homeboys with the barber?
My homeboy said it. He's like, man, you gotta get a better barber, man. You gotta get a better barber. And and I was like, shit, I should probably start going to this nigga's barber. And then like another one of my homeboy's friends went to him, and his lineup was on point. And I'm like, God damn. So that's what made me go, I gotta switch.
So that's what happens. That dude that so line probably wouldn't raise prices on you. He probably would have raised prices on you.
So no disrespect to him, he was doing a good job, but then when I see someone else getting like I was like, damn, this line was cold.
So then I have to say this: then when you originally told us the story in pre-production, you didn't tell us that. Well, you deserve to get your prices raised on you, fella.
No. Listen. No. I've been rocking with Mike for probably.
You don't say his name. Damn.
Yeah, fuck it. Okay. I've been rocking with Mike since.
Throw out the shot. Shameless plug. Shit.
2015. I've been rocking with Mike for a couple years now. He's cut my son's hair his whole life. Like I've been with Mike for like 4 or 5 years, 6, 7 years now.
Yeah,
like,
y'all go together.
So at what point do y'all go together in the barber relationship?
I think after that first year of solid continuance, and you see him, and like that nigga gave me bracelets and shit. Like we were homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Like he was like, oh yeah, you know this bracelet. Like we kicked it. Like that was the last thing he gave. He gave me something, and I was like, oh, appreciate it, man. Socks.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah,
What
Yeah,
the
dress
fuck?
socks. I don't know.
He just had dress socks in the back. Like, I got an extra pack of dress socks. They're flamingos. You want them?
Yeah, and like I would do shit like what was it? Support black business. I shot him cheese one day just out of the blue because like I just thought we were homeboys. You know what I'm saying?
So at what point as a consumer do you guys feel that you are deserving of privileges, of day one privileges?
Oh, when the nigga throws cheese all like when in my head, right? Maybe this is not how he thinks, but how I'm thinking is I've always given him a great tip. I've never not given that man a great tip. In my if my cut was 20, I'm always not giving him a great. Every time I'm gone, he gets a tip. My son goes.
What's the great tip?
I was giving him $5 to $10. So even if I got a lineup, he still got $10. So he was getting a full cut on just a lineup, and I'm going every week now. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm doing my part at least because I appreciate. Because some days he would open up the shop when they were closed, like he was showing love back. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gave him such a good tip because I was like, he always because I was traveling back and forth from Austin to here, and I was like, I'm leaving Sunday. Can you open up the shop? He's like, yeah, no problem. Or hey, I'm gonna be there late. Can you open up late? Yeah, no problem. And he would just do these things, and I was like, all right, so cool.
So you think that? So let me ask you this. So it sounds like you guys had a mutual relationship. You feel like that $25 he charged you is enough to sever that relationship?
Oh yeah, for me, yeah. Don't mistreat me. That's what I'm saying.
But it doesn't sound like he mistreated you. It just sounds like maybe this might have been a misstep. Maybe you could have a conversation or.
Yeah, but once you make a misstep, it's just like I might as well go and see what else is out there now. You know who I am as a person, right? I go shop at the same places no matter what. But the moment you mistreat me, I'm done. I'll figure something else out. My money's good everywhere.
So when Nike fuck up, what you gonna do?
I'm finna start looking at Adidas. Adidas. The Stripe King over here soon. But until Nike fucks up. I mean, same thing with any place I go to. Like once you fuck up with me, it's like, all right, well, I can shop my options again now. That's all I'm gonna do. He might be the best barbers. I'll find out because now I gotta go back shopping.
Tim, what are your thoughts? Like, when is it a good time to be like, okay?
Yeah, when that barber starts like, showing that appreciation, or not even appreciation, like they start showing that they're going out of their way for you. Or, some exchange of something, some mutual benefit or whatever. Like they're going above and beyond, like consistently. Then it's like, okay, like I actually fuck with this dude.
And is there a time period?
No, I mean, no, not necessarily. No. So it's like, because I mean, well, I guess maybe like 6 months or something. Like, I mean, you can't like go after the first 2 times. Like, oh, he kind of went out of my way. Like, maybe that's just, it wasn't really out of his way. Yeah. So, I mean, it does take some time to actually like nurture that relationship, conversations and all that. But I don't know. It's definitely a giving thing. Like they have to.
You want to feel
show
special.
You. Yeah. I want to feel like number special. 1. I want to be number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When he's like, hey, I got you. Or some days when you didn't book it on time and you're like, hey, I really need a cut. And he's like, yo, I can squeeze you in here, right? You're like, all right, cool. Because, Mike would always do that. And kind of, and I think people get comfortable too. Like my first barber was giving me these here nigga now cuts. And that's why I had to go ahead and find someone else. Mike, I never got a terrible cut with Mike. Mike gonna give me the same good cut, but I'm used to, I guess now, a certain level of customer service. No, not quality, because he's gonna give me a great cut. But I'm just so used to him, like, oh, don't worry about that. Boom, boom, because I've always felt like, all right, cool, I take care of Mike, so we're on the same, we're equal. But if you've ever felt like, hey, you're shafting me right now, like that's a conversation I need to have because I don't see that, right? And so when you hit me with that $25 shit, I'm like, fuck.
But I guess that's the other side of it, right? Like, how is the barber supposed to be like, you fucked me over?
Because
and still keep that customer service or that, you know, that
because I respect that more. The conversation is, hey Chris, my cuts are 25, not 20. And I'm like, oh shit, my bad, I ain't know. No big deal to me. I just don't know because you ain't say nothing to me. I felt like we homeboys, so, you know, if I started at 20 until you tell me something different, I don't know. I'm not gonna be mad because nigga raised prices.
So what are you mad about?
Because he charged me $25 for missing a cut. And that's the full price of a cut. Now, if he would have told me like what's the $12.50? I get you, got it. That's what I was expecting. When you charged me a full cut for missing something that I never made it to, and I gave it to him right away, pissed, but I did it because I was like, oh, okay. But that's my issue. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's weird. So now are we business? Are we just business now, or what is this? What's going on here?
It's been business.
Right. So now it's like, okay, well, I'll keep this in a business relationship now. I'll change my personal feelings towards you to just business now. So don't be angry now with me if now how we interact is just business. Because that's what you just said in a text message. It's just thanks for supporting the business. Yeah. Okay. No problem. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem.
Can't do this without you.
So he holds you. That was the issue. So he holds you. Like, hey, yeah.
I felt some type of way about that. Like, damn, man, that's how you gonna do me? Like, shit.
Okay, give up.
My bad, man. I was busy. I completely forgot. I know I missed the slot, but shit, my boy.
I want my chips with you, nigga.
When did you start charging full prices for missed cuts? Because last time we talked, it was half price.
Man.
Nah, bro, ain't half price.
Yeah, that's a little personal.
Give me money, man.
I would take it. You're right.
Give me money, man.
I definitely take that.
Definitely mustaches. Where'd you get that mustache from?
And that's how I felt some type of way. Because even when I went to the barbershop, I thought about saying something. I was like, he ain't gonna fuck my head up. Because I got an attitude.
Nip you. Yeah. My bad.
He'll figure it out the hard way.
Thanks for supporting again, bro. Like, damn.
But I can make sure I gave him his money. Because, you know, sometimes that shit too, like I don't pay that nigga for like 1 or 2 days after the cut because I'll be forgetting about it. And I'll send him like that Cash App or whatever. But I always try to make sure I send him a big enough tip when I forget for too many days. But
what you be forgetting, Chris? I remember when your ass jumped on me for not paying one time.
For what?
So I guess it was kind of a unique situation. So Chris introduced me to a new barber. Went over there, was like, damn, like I forgot my whole wallet. And I was like, bruh, I'll come back tomorrow and pay you. Chris was like, you can't do that. And he came straight down there and like paid him, was like, don't worry about it, I already paid him.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. And I wasn't even there, and I remember that.
Oh, shit. It was, I don't remember that.
You ain't gonna embarrass me.
I think maybe that's what it was. I put you on him, and then like I got to go back to that shop, and the nigga be like, "Yo, your man's ain't even pay me, nigga." I'm like, oh wait. I got it.
Whoa.
But that should say how much I care about my barbers, right?
Right. It does.
Like it's not the fact that you know your prices are high or whatever. It's the if you treat me
too much,
like we cool. I'm cool too, but don't hold me. It's $25. Thanks for supporting the business. What the fuck is what?
Oh man.
Well, listen. I'll say for me, I always had not a love-hate. Like, you know, I fuck with my barbers, but like for me, like once I got nice enough where I can like taper the sides, I was like, well, I don't have to do this, you know, when I feel, you know, when I'm lazy. No, I was lazy a lot, but you know, for me, like if you can't squeeze me in or you're not doing whatever, I'll just have to go to the bathroom and stretch it out.
I get that too. If you can't squeeze me in, shit like that, I'm not tripping about that either.
No, I get all that. I'm saying, like for me, it's like for me, like so. Oftentimes, when it comes down now, mind you, most of my barbers, my two barbers in the Illinois I really didn't have issues with. The one cut my hair from like 15 on to like about like I don't know 22, 23, and then the other was my homeboy, and I started going to him towards the end of all of this. So I didn't have any issues with them. I had some misappointments, and I think he was charging other people, and because I guess day one status, I got a stern talking to, like, hey, bro, like, and this is all like I've only experienced the appointment based. I didn't start experiencing the walk in and sit down.
That's what I'm talking about. Appointment based. No.
That's,
everything out here is
that's walking. That walk in, sit down stuff only happened to me in Huntsville when I came to Huntsville. I'll say for myself, like, I guess my mentality has always been like, hey, man, it is what it is, because I know at the end of this, I will still end up at school with a fresh haircut, because I'll just give it to myself. Like, there's been plenty of haircuts. I mean, I think Tim can vouch for it, where I was just in the bathroom and I was just like, okay, well, I don't have money to do it. I don't have money to get my haircut this time.
Doing it. Yep.
I couldn't do that one, but
hey man, it's not that bad, man. You just gotta, you figured out how to do everything else.
Oh, that's not one. I'm gonna stimulate the economy with that one.
Figured out how to do everything else. But for me, like I said, because I had that, like that, some of the shenanigans, I always looked at it like, what? Like, y'all over here paying $30?
I think I dealt with too many. It's being comfortable. After being with someone for so long, I think you just get comfortable, and it's like you gotta either
and they get comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They get comfortable
enough to hit you with $50. Hey man, it's 50 now.
They get, but you got to move on some days. Like, hey man, maybe I'm not in your clientele range anymore. I'm not that guy, so I'm gonna go down the street. You got anyone you can recommend?
You got any startups? Like,
do you
I will say this though, while I'm talking all this, I do miss going to the barbershop. Because right now that I have like, a child, like that would be awesome to escape for like 2 hours to go get my haircut. I gotta get my haircut. Bye.
I hated that part. I want to go in and get my cut, get the fuck out of there.
Nah, bro, I'm sitting there. If I had a barber right now, I'd be in that bitch all day. Like, yeah, man, line out this world. It was the longest line I've ever seen in my life. I'd be one of them old niggas playing checkers. Like.
Shit, no.
Knowing you got an appointment at like 12, after like 9 o'clock.
Nothing, man. Just out here hanging out. Have you ever been to Applebee's at 5?
No.
It is.
Who's he?
Oh, used to like.
Yeah. I think the last time I went to Applebee's at 5, right? It was a bunch of. If you watch the bar, it's a bunch of old men that just don't want to go home.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Back in the day when we were in school, yeah, it's always like the old cats. You could tell, like, nah.
Yep. Yeah. Let me get one to go. All right.
You don't want to mess around and talk to you. Like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, young blood? What you got going on there?
So yeah, it's funny because like now I look at that and go, that's what they were doing. Like I was talking to my dad. Like,